Hello, hello, it's Tash and Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to
It's Saturday.
your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us,
It's
Saturday. Oh my gosh.
We were like saying that as we're saying that, Matt like cracked open a beer or whatever that was.
It was a bubbly. Oh. A beer.
I was
We're
like,
not drinking beer
wine
yet.
with us.
Oh my gosh, you know what that reminded me of?
Yeah.
Just a moment when literally who was it? I think Shauna brought over these like plastic glasses, and then someone was like, "Oh yeah, these would be good
For the shower."
for your shower." Like talking about my bridal shower, and Tracy was there, and you're like, "Oh yeah, nothing better than a beer in the shower." I'm like, wait, no.
I literally was like, oh yeah, I guess these would be good in the shower. Like
They're plastic.
plastic cups in the shower. Never tried it, but I've had a beer shower.
Gosh, that was so
And
funny.
then I felt like a complete idiot. I was like, oh, yes, I am the maid of honor and I will be planning the shower.
It needs to be great.
These will be
These will be
great.
great.
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Oh my god.
Oh my God. We are still tired, recovering,
Okay.
dead.
Are you tired?
I'm just like exhausted.
I'm tired, and I was like, maybe it was the eclipse. And it was funny because I went to a physio appointment right before this, and my physio, Alexis, she's like, yeah, I don't know what it is about the eclipse, and I'm waiting for her to be like, oh my god, is she fucking tired too? And she's like, I've just got this like new sense of energy, and I just feel like so good this week. And I was like, oh
Nope.
no, honey,
No.
I'm like, I'm so tired. Like my eyes are just tired.
My eyes are tired too.
Yeah. So then I thought, did my solar eclipse classes like not work? But like Heather and Louise got them and they said like they're fine. So I'm like, okay, I think it was all good.
Okay, so let's talk about the eclipse and then we'll get to Caribou.
Yeah.
So you watched it.
Yeah, so originally I had booked an allergy testing appointment because I've been needing one, and it's a PD day for me. So I was like, oh, perfect. I can leave early, go to this allergy appointment. And then a week before I was like, wait, it's the eclipse. Like, do I really want to be at an allergy appointment during the one lunar eclipse? Is it lunar or solar?
I don't know.
One of them. This is the only one happening in my lifetime.
The full eclipse.
Yeah, literally the full eclipse is happening, and I was like, no, definitely not. And then my coworkers told me you're not supposed to drive from like 2 to 4. So I was like, oh, like what's this gonna be like? But I felt like it was kind of underwhelming.
You know what I don't understand is I feel like there was so much information about this eclipse, but there wasn't like a blast text. You know how sometimes we get those texts?
Oh my god, yes, this is such a good point.
You know those emergency texts? Like,
Amber alert, 17 hours away, but keep a lookout for a blue Honda.
Yeah, someone's kid was stolen by their dad. Like, look out for them. And I'm like, how am I supposed to save this kid? But why am I not getting text messages about the eclipse to be like, don't go outside today?
That is such a good point, because there were definitely some people that I think did not know. Like, there were people working outside. I saw people like walking their dogs. I'm like, oh my god, like go inside.
Go inside. Like
we don't know what's gonna happen.
it's like a zombie apocalypse. Like, get inside your house and don't look up.
They should really have done an Amber Alert type thing. But then I'm wondering, like, does it cost a lot of money to send those out, or
I have no idea. But
someone just shit the bed? I think.
I think someone shit the bed, and also like sometimes we get those, and it's just like, this is a test, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah.
I have yet to get one where I'm like, this was so helpful.
Or that one time where it's like, yo, there's a tornado right now. Like, go inside. And it's like, oh shit, okay.
There's already a tornado happening.
There was a tornado 5 minutes ago. Are you inside? La
No,
Casa.
Seriously though, no, I didn't risk it. I was just like, you know what? I just got my vision.
So true.
I'm not about to look it up and have a slight chance of going blind.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. So
you had no glasses.
No glasses. I just brought my dog inside. The house went dark for a
Yeah.
bit. We have like a skylight in our house, and it literally went from being like super bright to like really dark all of a sudden to then bright again. So
Yeah.
I felt like I just felt it through my house.
Yeah, we were outside on the deck, but like we were facing the opposite way. So like the sun was that way, so we were looking the other way, and it got really cold. Like I had to come in and get a blanket. But again, like it happened, and Matt and I were kind of like, oh, is that it? And then we were sitting here, and I could see our neighbors out with their glasses, and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna regret not asking to see it through their glasses. And they're so cute. I texted them. I'm like, how are the glasses? They're like, great. Do you want to come give them a try? And I was like, absolutely. And then I went to go like put on real pants, because I'm wearing like sweatpants. And then before I could even get changed, they're already knocking on the door, being like, hey, we brought them over to you. Let's go look on your deck. And it was really cool. It was really different. It was like all black, but then you just see like the sun, and you could see at that point like the sun and the moon were just like kind of like about to fully part ways, so it was kind of like a figure eight in a way. It was really cool.
Yeah. Well, it's over now.
It's over now. Never again.
Apparently, like the Google searches for "my eyes hurt" went up like
I was probably one of them.
100-fold after the eclipse, and people were like, it's because there was a lot of
faulty glasses.
Fake glasses.
One of my coworkers said that she had fake glasses and she's concerned. And she has blue eyes too, so apparently it's even worse if you have blue eyes.
Oh no. That's like my fear. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean, she's like, oh, she's not blind, so she must be fine, but she's like, she had like a headache and she was just like seeing stuff like.
Well, that's the thing. It affects your retina. No, your cornea and your retina is behind, right?
Yeah.
So apparently it takes some time to like actually come into effect, and so
it's basically a sunburn for your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my god.
I don't know. It's sad that like people will do anything to make a buck and they'll like sell these fake glasses that could actually like really harm somebody.
Even if there's like the tiniest hole, I heard that like sometimes they weren't even fake, they were real glasses, but you have to make sure there's no like holes at all. Even like the smallest hole can mess up your vision.
Damn.
Yeah.
I will say though, I saw some videos in Niagara and like Hannah went to Kingston with Carlo, and I felt like that 2-hour to Kingston and like 7-hour to Niagara, that line of totality, like it got very, very dark and it looked really different there.
Yeah, it looked so cool.
Yeah. Nice.
That's all done. Well,
she's done.
And so is Caribou. And guys, this was crazy.
This was the best Caribou. Yeah, this was our 3rd year in a row that Romina and I have gone together. And every year it just has gotten better and better. But I just don't even know how it will top this year. Like, it was just immaculate vibes.
This year was the best. And we were just talking about this right before we started recording. The reason I think it was like one of my favorites is because so Matt was doing his bachelor party. And then we had like a girls' weekend. And so we had our girl time. They had their guy time. But then we made up for certain points. So it was kind of nice.
It was really nice.
Because then it's like, okay, we saw the boys. Okay, see you guys later. And like we had no like loyalty to stay with them. Like we could just be like, okay, bye.
And then when we saw them, we're like, oh my God, I missed you. Like I haven't seen you in like 4 hours. Like, how are you? What have you been up to?
It was nice.
It was nice. And then our friends Steph and Ash and other partners had a sick home base. Was it the Westin?
I think it was an Airbnb. I don't know.
No, it was a hotel.
Was it?
That was a hotel.
Okay, I don't know. Steph, let us know what it was. But
I'm pretty sure it was a hotel.
It was one of the
huge.
It was like 3 beds.
Back to the hotel, party there for a while, and then I don't know what time we ended up going back to Caribou, but then it was just like a complete different vibe. And then we got 2 different experiences because we were upstairs with like a kind of EDM DJ, and then eventually when we went downstairs it was like throwbacks.
That music, I think that's why I kind of lost my voice, is because they were playing like
George Michael.
We were singing so loud.
Literally, Careless Whisper came on at the bar, and obviously I know all the fucking words, and I'm looking around and no one is singing with me, and then I look at Romina and Farzad, and we're just his voice too. And we're just belting Careless Whisper, and I'm like, this is iconic.
This is so funny. But no, the music was really good. And I will say too, like we stuck out like sore thumbs because we had these like big fluffy hats. I forget that there's like families there watching as well.
There's a lot of kids, yeah.
And we're just there in these like extravagant outfits, looking like we just came off like the runway for après ski.
Yeah,
and
we were meant to be in Aspen.
And I'm looking around and everyone's just like wearing normal outfits, and we just stuck out, and everyone's like looking at us, like taking pictures of us, like, who are these people?
Literally, people were complimenting our outfits a lot. But to be fair, like our first Caribou, we wore like t-shirts and jeans.
Yes.
We've just like grown. We've just stepped it up.
We've stepped it up. Yeah. And we went and watched like the people going down the hill this year. And one of our friends, JP, had a really bad tumble and a fall, because the thing people don't realize is the more people go down this hill, the icier it becomes, because it's just like people are going down. It becomes really flat snow. It becomes almost like a skating rink.
Yeah. And it's crazy because he was like one of the first 30 people to go. Like he was pretty early. So there was over 100 people. So I can't even imagine for the people after. But he literally looked like when a cartoon just like tumbles over and over and over again. It was like that.
It was bad.
It was insane.
And then he got up and he realized like shit, but he had a beer in his hand and he still shotgunned the beer. And then he got up and we were like, oh my God, his face is bleeding. His arms are bleeding. Like everything was bleeding because he was wearing like a tank top.
Yeah. And I guess his helmet was a bit too loose. So his helmet came off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he made it out to the bar that night, so he rallied.
He rallied. People were calling him like the mayor of Tremblant.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's really funny.
Like, there's the mayor because everyone was just like, oh my God, that was epic. Like,
yeah,
the whole thing. The fact that he just like got up and just like kept going and was drinking with us with like a bloody like face. We're like, who is this guy?
I'm like, you good?
You good, bro?
Do you have a concussion right now?
Like, should you go to the hospital?
Should you go to the hospital?
Like if this happened to one of us, we'd be like, okay, goodbye. Like,
oh my gosh.
Leaving.
Yeah.
We're going home. I'm not staying.
I would have been freaking out. Yeah, no, we were really lucky. The weather was so beautiful. The sun was shining. Like I was never cold even walking home after the bar.
No.
Was not cold at all.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh my gosh, do you remember dominating at beer pong? Like we were undefeated.
Yes, we were killing it.
We're
like, next.
All these boys were like, bye. See ya.
And then the night before actually was really fun too because we decided we were just gonna stay in. Like Reagan was in town and we rarely get to see her. So we're like, you know what? Instead of just like going to Caribou like 2 nights in a row, let's just like spend time, have girl time.
Yes.
It was so fun because we just like went around, had like deep chats, and I feel like I learned something about each one of you.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like we've all known each other for so long, there's still parts of our lives that we still don't know about.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
It's cool.
I forget how we got on the topic, but I think it started with Hannah, but we just all went around in a circle and talked about like our love stories with our partners, like from the moment we met, like how our relationship progressed. And it was so cool. Like I didn't know all of these different stories. Like I didn't know you and Fars had like played together at a park when you were kids.
Yeah,
like,
there's so many things about all of our stories where I'm like,
and now they're connected. Like how, for example, if Matt didn't drive Hannah to go get her Scream ticket, she would have never met Carlo that night.
Dude, it is crazy. It's actually crazy to me, like how interconnected. And then it all goes back to like our husbands or fiancés were all in Kasich.
Yeah, then
what's like the common denominator here? We're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And we're like, yo, Kasich's the best. Then we had like a moment for Kasich. We're just like, they're so alpha. And then we had to explain Greek life to Shauna because she's kind of like, I don't still fucking understand. So we had to kind of explain that. Because then actually for a second I was like, wait, me and Reagan are the only ones here. Because sometimes I forget that you guys aren't in it because of like all the boys. I just feel like, oh yeah, they were in it too. But I'm like, wait. You didn't go to the same university as me. You were somewhere else doing your own science bullshit. Like
it's actually crazy. Yeah. So that was fun. And we made pickle martinis, guys.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know that you can infuse infused pickle vodka.
I know.
Like what? I'm doing that all the time.
Hannah slayed that. So it was, I forget when the last time it was. It was the girls' night for Vix. I went over to her place first and she was like, listen, I tried this thing. Like, let's see if it's good. And I'm like, wait. I have a sip of it. I'm like, wait, what is this? She's like, it's literally pure vodka, but it just has like, it's been with pickles for a while. And I'm like, this tastes so good.
She put like dill in it. She put like pickles and you just infuse. Yeah. It's like making reverse pickles. So instead of like you're pickling like what's in it, you're like pickling the juice.
Yeah.
It's honestly brilliant. I'm gonna start making like infused vodka.
It was so yummy. Yeah, it was really nice too. We like had dinner together. We all like sat down Friday night, and like also we were staying at like Matt's parents' place. So like Tracy got to hang out with a bunch of the girls, and obviously growing up, Matt just like always had a bunch of boys over, or like sometimes girls, but like never like this weekend. Yeah. And we're all sitting down for dinner on Friday night, and then Romina's like, okay, let's go around the table and each say one thing we're grateful for today. And we all went around. Tracy comes over and she's like, I love having girls around. Boys would never do this.
Boys would never go around the table and be like, name something you're grateful for today. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
And like we all brought her like little presents and she's like, I didn't get presents from these guys. This is why you should have us over, Tracy.
Literally.
And not the boys, but.
We got a hot tub. And like the jets weren't turning off at one point.
Weird. I felt like I was in a
hot tub time machine.
I literally thought I was in like a pot of boiling water. Like I was like, oh my God.
I know, you're like, is every spot like this? I'm like, no, come over here. You're like, you're just like making me kind of nauseous. This is getting a little seasick.
All my dinner was like blended up.
Oh, the lasagna. Oh my gosh, yeah, no. Oh, and then also, I know we brought it up last episode, but we delivered Matt and the boys his shot ski, and they've got some really good use to it. and actually 2 of the shots broke, but
no,
not like broke, but
okay.
like came off, so we had to fix those. But the shot ski was very much used, and it was very much a success.
Yay! That was such a good call.
Such a good weekend. I felt like Sunday I felt okay, and then actually even like Monday I felt okay, but it was Tuesday was when I just like, I don't know, everything just hit me and I was like, I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Honestly, it just shows that we're like aging, because before I could be like 2-day bender, no problem. And it wasn't even a 2-day bender for us, really. It was really just a 1-day bender, because Friday was just chill. But now I'm like 2-day bender, I'm like out for a week.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm really excited. We were gonna go skiing this weekend, but obviously it's gonna be raining. It's been hot, like the mountain is shit. So I actually have like no plans this weekend. I work a quick shift Friday night, not closing though, and I'm just excited to like
chill,
be home, like clean, like just, you know, get my life together
and, like,
a little bit.
Little spring wardrobe change.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes, I'm excited to do that.
Yeah. So okay. And speaking of spring, the Sephora spring sale just happened. Did you get anything cool?
Got so many things. So I'm doing my own makeup for my wedding, but I'm following like this TikToker who's really good at makeup, and she's like, she does bridal makeup like how-to videos, and Hannah's helping me with it, and I've slowly been buying like the products that she uses in this video, because they're also just like really good products to have. But I've been waiting for this sale to buy like some big ticket items, so I bought like a bunch of different things that I need to like do my wedding makeup, basically. Oh my God,
it's so fun. Also, speaking of wedding, we also recorded a mini episode.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Friday night at the cottage, and that was honestly so fun.
It went by so fast.
And it also, I feel like the girls loved it so much, and they had so much fun in it. Yeah. Went by really quick, and they were like, wait, now we get why you guys like doing this. Yeah. Because it's just fun. I think a lot of people ask us like, oh, where do you see this podcast
What are the goals? How are you going to monetize off of it?
And I'm like, sometimes it's good to have hobbies where it's not all about money and it's just about enjoyment. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're not always like trying to have a side hustle. Like this like side hustle culture is getting a little ridiculous. Like you don't need to have a side hustle. Yeah. Obviously sometimes like if you need to work another job, that's fine. But not everything needs to be monetized. Like some things are just fun.
Some things for your mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they really, really liked it, and it was cool. We'll release it this summer, I think, when one of the Saturdays when we're away. But it was just really fun to do, because between the 5 of us, like some of us are married, some of us are getting married soon or engaged to be married like next year. So we just had different perspectives, and we talked about weddings and like being a bride and the expectations and everything that comes with that. So
it was a really good episode.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Someone's going to take away something from that. And like, even if you're not engaged and you're dating or you're single, like I feel like it's a good episode to listen to.
100%. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to like say a little announcement, because I was so happy this week, you guys. I know I talk a lot about like running and like this injury that I've had literally since like September, and like I sound like a broken record, but I just wanted to say I went for my first run this week without any freaking pain, not a drop of pain on my side, on my hip whatsoever. And I hadn't experienced that in over 6 months. So I just want to give a shout out to my physiotherapist, Alexis at Capital Strength. And if you guys are suffering with anything, like this is not sponsored, like this is literally just her like helping me out, like being patient, because it's really just like this puzzle that you have to put together with these injuries. And she just like, we've tried a bunch of different things, and she just has really helped me get to the point where I'm at. And I'm just so happy, because now I'm like, wait, will I be able to do my half marathon like and not be in pain? Like I was prepared to run 21 kilometers and be in pain.
That's crazy. So, also 21 kilometers is like so scary. So what's the longest you've ran so far?
14 kilometers.
14. Okay.
And I'm gonna run 16 kilometers this weekend. And then I'm like, if I can do 16, I just need to do 5 more.
You can do another.
Yeah, but my training program, it's interesting. My training program has me running like a half marathon like a month before the half marathon. But from other people I've spoken to, like you're like apparently not supposed to run the full distance
at all
in your training. But I feel like it kind of makes sense to do it just to see how you feel. And it's a month before. So I feel like that's a good like amount of time before the actual race to see how I feel and how it goes, and to have like an idea of how long it actually will take me. So yeah, the beginning of May, I'm supposed to run a half marathon.
And when you're running, do you have like a specific route that you're taking? Like, how do you know, like, for example, you're running, you're like, I need to hit like 16 kilometers. How do you plan out where to go?
Yeah. So that? I'm starting,
just kind of going around.
I think for this run, I'm going to go somewhere different, because I'm just starting to realize like, Alta Vista is not that big. And my last like long run, I did have to like repeat some stuff, and I was kind of bored with that. So I want to like either go on the canal or like run along the river, or just like somewhere different where it's like, okay, I can just run 8 kilometers that way and then 8 kilometers back this way. And I think being in a new environment will actually be a lot more motivating than I'm literally just running around the same houses, the same streets, like for the last like 2 months. So I want to switch it up. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm so happy.
Exciting.
Also, last update, we have another TikTok that went viral and over 1 million. It's like at 1.2 now, I think, views.
It's insane.
It's the Walmart one. It's also our most viewed reel. It's like over 100K.
That's wild. People go. So this is really funny. There's very polarizing comments and views on this. People will either like stand on a hill and fucking die for Walmart,
which is also like that's the hill you're gonna die on.
Walmart.
Come on,
not Costco. I would die for Costco, but for Walmart, I don't know. Or people are also like, yeah, like fuck that, like whatever, like Walmart Plus, like you're literally just paying $100 a year to steal $500 worth of Walmart shit at self-checkout.
People are like, Walmart Plus comes with more benefit, and it's like, that's not the point. Well, the point is that you're paying $98 to go to Walmart,
to work at Walmart.
What, guys?
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you want to laugh, like read the comments, and keep checking out for our viral TikToks, guys.
So fun.
Okay, let's jump into a little bit of I'm sorry's.
Yes.
Okay, this is something I want to start with because I've been getting a lot of these lately. I'm sorry, but, and I don't know if you're also getting these, but these recruitment texts to go work at another job, remote or wherever it is, are getting out of control.
Spam texts in general are just enough. I'm
getting probably 2 recruitment texts a day at this point. Or just like random. Remember I sent in the group chat? I'm
like, hot employee. Everybody wants to. Did you update your LinkedIn?
I haven't logged into LinkedIn in like 4 years. So I'm like, where are they getting my number from?
It's all the times you're like signing up for an account on a random thing. You're like, what's your phone number? Like all of those phone numbers are getting put into
a database, and then someone just.
That's what it is.
But like, are these real jobs? Like if I texted them and was like, actually, I am interested in it.
No, I think
they're like, okay, give me your social insurance number.
Seriously. Oh my God. Did you hear there was like a huge data leak? I think it was AT&T in the States. They had a massive data leak, and a bunch of people's social security numbers in the States got leaked. Like that's a huge data leak. Like imagine your social security number got leaked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you do after that?
I have no idea.
Hope no one steals your identity, and like
I have no idea. I would not want to be so freaking AT&T right now.
It's kind of where that like one number just ties like your whole identity to like so many different parts of.
It's so weird.
Parts of you.
Yeah. Like what?
Do you have yours memorized?
No.
No. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
I have my credit card memorized. That's saying a lot, guys.
Okay, I have my debit card memorized from when I was like a teenager. Yeah, I have because I've had the same like debit card like number literally forever. But I don't know my credit. I don't want to know my credit card because that's bad.
I'm like,
but I mean, everything saves anyway. It's saved on my work computer. It's saved on my phone. It's saved on Matt's computer. So
I don't really everywhere.
Yeah, but I could tell you my debit card
because you really need that. They're like, "What's your debit card?" You're like, "Do you have a piece of paper?"
In case I'm ever at Mooney Nails and I don't have my card with me, I'll be like, "Actually, I do have my debit card number though."
Oh my God, that is so freaking funny. Okay, another thing tying to like technology and things. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you have to ever merge PDFs or if this is just a thing I have to do, but anything PDF related, Adobe has really screwed it up for us. And now everything is a paid service. Like if I want to edit a PDF, if I want to like merge PDF, if I want to delete a page from a PDF, everything is like paid. They're like, you got to get the Adobe Acrobat or Adobe Plus or whatever, and it's like,
is it expensive too?
It's expensive. I'm like, I'm not paying to merge a freaking PDF. Like this is guys, get it together. Like Adobe.
I don't even know what merging a PDF means.
Like taking multiple files and putting it together and like reordering the pages, and it's like such a specific problem.
I feel like that could be something that should be so easy.
Yes, and I've found ways to do it that's not legal, but I'm like, well, this should be something that I shouldn't have to pay for. Like Word, like
you can't use Paint.
No.
You get Control like screenshot and then like copy and paste it into Paint.
No. It's okay. But
I know you found ways to do it.
I found ways to do it, but I'm not proud of the ways that I had to take to go around it. And it's just like, get it together. Why can't it be combined with like Word and Excel and PowerPoint?
It should just be like a combo package.
Like, why am I paying for something like that and then I'm paying for Adobe on the side? Like, it's too many things.
Yeah.
Well, everything is now a subscription, and it's pissing me off. Like, everything is a subscription paid service.
Capitalism.
You know? Capitalism.
God
damn.
Okay, I have another one because we recently went to the movies, and I'm sorry, but having to pee during a movie is so stressful.
It's the worst.
Is it just me, or do like I literally was having an anxiety attack, like trying to figure out, because we were also sitting like dead center, and we went to see Dune, which is 3 hours long. So obviously I have to use the bathroom at some point. I remember like when I had to pee, I like look over to Matt, and I'm like, I have to pee. I'm like, I don't know when I should go. Like, I don't want to like disrupt anyone's view. Like, I don't want to like, it's so dark.
I don't want to miss anything.
And I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait until the next person goes to the bathroom, and then I'm going to follow them. So I was just waiting and waiting for someone to go to the bathroom so I could be like, okay, if they're going to go, I'm going to go.
Yes. Oh
it's
my
so
God.
Stressful.
It's literally the worst. And I feel like me and you are those people that always have to pee.
Oh my gosh.
I always have to pee.
I always have to pee.
I'm like that
do you
too.
pee in the middle of the night? Because I like,
it's every night.
Like the chances of me not going to the bathroom are so small.
Like, do I have diabetes? Oh
yeah.
I was like, because people who have to pee a lot have diabetes, and no, I don't. I'm not diabetic, but I'm like, what? Because since I got that Stanley too, I'm like, I'm going through these Stanleys. Like,
that's just it. At least we know we're hydrated. Like my pee is clear. I'm healthy, but I have to pee all the time.
Yeah, we're missing the movies. Okay, have you watched the Quiet on Set documentary? Because we need to talk about it.
Dude, I wanted to talk about this last week, and there was just so many updates that we've kind of like didn't have time, but what the F? Guys, if you haven't watched Quiet on Set yet, it's the documentary. Is it on? I forget what it's on, but figure out how to watch it. And it's about Nickelodeon, like Rob Schneider, all these child actors that were on shows, like all of that. The Amanda Bynes show,
Drake and Josh,
and just like how
Zoe 101,
Dude,
iCarly, like all the big shows.
I don't even know where to start with this. First of all, the first 2 minutes of this documentary, I was traumatized already. I'm like, this is fucked up.
This is crazy. They were showing, I think the one that got me was there was a scene with Ariana Grande and
the potato.
And we weren't like, I feel like we were too old for iCarly, and she was on iCarly and the Victorious show or whatever. We were too old for these shows.
Yeah.
And I remember they showed a scene and she was like pouring water on herself on a bed.
Yeah.
And it was super
Upside
sexual.
down. Yeah.
And she was squeezing a potato and it was really sexual. And I was like, this aired on TV. Like, this is really weird and making me uncomfortable.
There were so many things that were ruined, like in the Amanda Bynes show, like just like different acts. Like there were so many things that like actually looked like penises. And then what else on Zoe 101? Like just so many inappropriate jokes.
Things like where things were going on girls' faces. Yeah. Where it like obviously looks really inappropriate. But again, it's like all these adults made the decision. Like, yes, it was Rob Schneider that like came up with the idea. But it's kind of like the bystander effect of everyone just like groupthink of being like, instead of someone just being like, this is weird, everyone just kind of went with it.
I think it was that, but also like this guy just at that point, I feel like he had so much say and so much power in the industry. It's like if you were to dare go against him, then you probably would have just gotten fired.
Well, that was like the story. There was these 2 female writers, and back then this was like the early 90s. Like female rights was still not even really talked about, equal pay, and he hired 2 female writers for the price of one.
Yeah,
he was paying them
a salary.
Yeah,
and he literally told them, he's like, so you're gonna have to share a salary with this person. The guys were making full salaries, and then he would be like super inappropriate with them and like say like really weird jokes. Like he would ask for massages.
The massages
like,
thing was weird.
Yeah. And then it got even more messed up when they got like all on like the pedophile like stuff with I forget the 2 guys' names, but there were some people like on set who were like full on like pedophiles, like child molesting.
Yes.
And one of them ended up being, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, pass over this. But Drake Bell comes on and he finally admitted that it was him who was the one that came forward and made accusations of getting like molested and like sexually assaulted by someone he really trusted.
Yes. And it was the first time he had talked about this, and it was really sad like hearing his parents talk about their like, because what happened was this guy was obviously in a position of power. He put kind of a wedge between him and his dad, and saying that
his manager.
It was his manager who was his manager, and saying like, oh, like your dad's stealing from you, your dad's like taking like advantage of you, and you should be emancipated so that I can manage you. And a lot of kids did this, where they were kind of like fooled into this feeling of like, my parents are like taking advantage of me and let me like drop my parents. And then you're kind of put in this position where you're still a kid, you're like 14, and now these men or these women are taking advantage of you and taking like directing you in the wrong direction.
I hope times have changed, and that like child actors nowadays, like I feel like they have like hopefully more rights in place and just more precautions on set. Actually, but you know what was really messed up too is the fact that one of these guys that got like fired and was actually a registered sex offender ended up getting hired back on like one of their shows.
And you know what's also crazy is that like that guy, for example, he literally got charged with like pedophilia, and he went to jail for 16 months. Like, I'm sorry, that's not enough time.
No.
Why? If you're a molester, child molester, you're not going to come out of jail all of a sudden not being a child molester.
I think that's something that's just like fucked up in your brain, unfortunately.
You should go to jail for life, in my opinion. Like, you're not going to change.
Like, what are you giving to society other than...
It's weird. It's very strange. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Man, I was actually talking to a coworker last night, and he does like case studies, like social work and stuff, and sometimes he has to work with people that like are like actually like pedophiles. And he was like, I'm going to say one thing. If they look like a pedophile, they probably are.
That's what it is. And like people working with kids, like why don't they do more psych evaluations before they like hire them?
I feel like the 90s was so like rogue and fucked. Hopefully now it's better. I personally, if my kid wants to go into
child
acting or like the spotlight like that, I just don't think it's worth it. Like, other than Hilary Duff, I literally can't think of another child actor that has turned out normal.
No, they're all messed up. Like every single one. And like looking back, like now Amanda Bynes is all messed up. Like we're watching these documentaries and understanding like, why they're all so messed up. Because first of all, they're working like dogs, like 20-hour days, like literally working.
They're just a kid. They should be playing outside.
They were like the primary income for their entire family. So they couldn't stop working. And a lot of the times, like, people like that would take advantage of them. And it's really sad. But anyways, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a 4-part documentary. And honestly, it was really good. This was just like parts of it. There was so much more.
You should definitely watch it. On a lighter note, I know that you started watching The Valley, so I want to know what you think of it.
I really like it so far.
Okay, it's good.
It's really good. Also, one of the girls, Michelle, is half Persian. She's half Persian, half Mexican. And I was like, I was like really hooked on the show. Jax is still like, what an idiot.
I can't with him.
And him and Brittany are on a separation. I just listened to a podcast. She was with Not Skinny But Not Fat, Amanda Hirsch, I think is her name. Anyway, she did a podcast with Brittany, and she was talking about how they've been actually separated since the beginning of January, but people are now putting the pieces together because she's been living in an Airbnb since January.
Why is she living in an Airbnb?
Because apparently he wouldn't move out. And apparently we're going to see it on the show what happened.
Really?
And she was like, it really pissed me off because people are thinking it's a publicity stunt when we held this in since before like the show even was like aired or anything. We've been living apart for a while. She thinks like this is kind of it. Like she was like,
I hope it's it.
She's like, I don't see us getting really back together. Like we're going to each like hook up with other people. Like she's kind of like letting it.
Dude, she's actually just like a sweetheart. Like she needs to be with like a Braxton kind of guy, you know? Like Jax is just, he's never going to change. Like he's cheated on her so many times. He like just is stirring the pot any chance he gets. Like he just is, he's an idiot.
He's a bad human.
He's a bad human. Kristen is kind of like,
she's crazy.
She's just as crazy as a 40-year-old as she was as a 20-year-old.
You know what's crazy? I think soon Vanderpump is going to die out, I think.
I think I
think Sheena and Lala, because Lala's pregnant, Sheena has a baby. They're going to start transitioning into the Valley. And then all the single people are going to be kind of like washed out. Like no one really gives a shit about Tom Schwartz. Like I don't really care.
No.
Sandoval, whatever.
No.
And I feel like Katie and Ariana, like Ariana has so many other deals. Like she's probably going to be like, I don't care.
They're also just like in their 40s now. Like this show It was different 10 years ago. Like they
different.
just like, they can't do the same things anymore. Maybe the Vanderpump Villa, they're gonna try and like make that like the next kind of younger thing. I haven't checked it out yet though.
I don't think it started, but Lisa Vanderpump just did an architectural digest where she like showed the Vanderpump Villa, and it's like this beautiful chateau in France, and it's like stunning, gorgeous. And I don't really get it. What is it? So people go. It's like an Airbnb situation?
I think it's like there's people that are there to work, and they're serving people that like come in, and they're supposed to be like on their best behavior, and like they're serving these like high class people, but then like all this drama happens. Cool. Yeah, I don't really know exactly. I'll have to check it out, but
no, I'm excited. It's gonna be. I'm honestly over Vanderpump. I'm like, let's get it moving. Like we need. Yeah. The Valley seems like it's gonna have, and like there's a lot of people from Vanderpump that are now like kind of they're showing up on the Valley.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I'm excited.
Drama. Okay, I want to ask you something because so I've been watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I've watched the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I've noticed that. So you know how at the beginning their little intro and they're like holding their little diamond thing. So in every season, you can see that the person that's holding the diamond in the middle versus like if they're holding it like this, you know how like one person's holding the diamond with two hands. Yeah. Do you think that the person that is holding the diamond with two hands is kind of like the most popular that season?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's because it's like almost like Kyle Richards is never on the outside.
No.
She's always like right in the middle.
Or Lisa was holding it in the middle for like the first few seasons. Yeah. Then it was Kyle.
Yeah.
And now it's like Kyle only.
Now it'll always be Kyle.
Yeah. But if you look at like even Salt Lake City, like now it's Heather holding it.
Really? It's Heather?
Yeah. It was.
I don't think I'd put Heather in the middle.
Yeah. Whereas like before, I think it was like Lisa, Marlo, and
maybe
Lisa,
Meredith.
Yeah.
Jen Shaw back in the day.
It's so interesting. Also, their little taglines that they say at the beginning.
They're so cringy.
Oh my God, they're so cringy. But I was like, okay, what would our taglines be if we were on the Real Housewives?
Oh my gosh.
I went on ChatGPT as I
Oh my gosh, did you make some for us?
Yes, I'm gonna read them out.
Oh my God, I was trying to think of one. I'm like, oh my God, copyright. Put me on the spot right now.
No, so I literally went on ChatGPT and I was like, I listed some qualities about each of us, and I was like, write a Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tagline for each person.
Shut the front door.
So I'm gonna read.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna read mine and then I'm gonna read yours. Okay, so mine would be. This is so bad, guys, but it's funny bad.
That's something about your PhD.
Yeah. So, I may be working on my PhD, but when it comes to fun, I'm always at the top of my class.
Oh my God, that's perfect. That's literally perfect.
It's just funny because ChatGPT knows about the tagline.
Yes.
So you know how it goes like,
yes.
Dun, 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 you know, like the song.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Good.
We should make like a TikTok where we're like saying this. Okay, yours is teaching the ABCs by day, but when the bell rings, I'm ready to slay.
Oh my gosh, I know it's gonna be something with teaching.
Oh my God.
That's so good. Yeah, I love yours.
It's so funny.
Wait, what qualities did you put for me?
Well, I put teacher. I put like we like to work hard, but we like to play hard. Yeah. Like I just like like really bullet points of like what we.
Oh my gosh! But when the bell rings. No, yours is so good.
It's so funny.
I love yours.
Yeah. So anyway,
wow.
I thought that was
Let's make a TikTok for that somehow.
Yeah, we need to.
I
feel like you'll come up with better ones, but I was just like late at night. I was literally in bed. I'm like, this is funny. Let me just like put this in.
That's all I'm going to be thinking about now. This is what would my tagline be. And now I want to do one for all of our friends in Ottawa.
God. Literally. And then film them saying it.
Oh my gosh.
And put the little sound in the back.
Yeah. And we'll just hold like the tiny little diamond from the Dollarama.
Oh my God. Okay, last like little Showtime thing. If you're like, oh, it's coming, it's the weekend, I need like a good movie to watch. Have you watched The Hunger Games?
I have, but so long ago.
Okay. So there's a Hunger Games prequel that came out, I think last year. Prequel. So it's literally like shows how the Hunger Games was created and like how the what's his guy, the snow guy, like how he became. Yeah. And it's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like really, really good. So if you need like a movie to watch, I highly recommend it.
Is What's Her Name in it?
No. So none of the people that are in the original one are in it, except for actually the host guy is in it. Like the guy who's kind of annoying, like that announces it. He's in it, but he was like young in this.
Oh my
They like made him young. It's really cool because you get to see like, I don't know, there's a lot of Easter eggs that like hint at like the actual Hunger Games later, and it's like good.
I definitely need to rewatch it. I think I even read like one of the first books. Like those books are so popular. They're back in the early 2000s. Was it like Hunger Games is kind of old now?
It is.
It's like 20 years old.
Hunger Games, Harry Potter, like that kind of vibe. It's just, I love that vibe. It's just so good.
I remember I was in grade 4 when Harry Potter came out, and that was like that's the best time to be like a kid, is when Harry Potter first came out.
We're so lucky that we got to experience Harry Potter and go to the movie theaters to watch it.
Yeah.
Like our kids are going to experience it, but it's not going to be the same as like the next one's out, like in theaters, like go with their friends. And I remember people would like dress up to go watch it.
Did I ever tell you that I went to like Harry Potter World in Universal?
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So good. And you get to ride that like that stick like one.
What? The stick?
It was like a broom.
Yeah. You rode a broom around?
Yeah. It was like one of the rides.
Was it one of the rides? Yeah. I like did one of the rides where it like brings you through Hogwarts.
Oh, so
I had
fun.
butterbeer. I bought a wand. I bought a scarf, like a Gryffindor scarf. Like I bought chocolate frogs. Like I was like 20 years old, and I was like living my best life.
Oh, so fun. Yeah. I went with my parents a while back, and it was like just like walking through the little streets and seeing the little shops.
It
like,
was so cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah. I feel like they've only like expanded on it since then too.
Yeah.
Insane.
I know. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, let's pop over to some random ass shit.
Yes.
Tell me about sunshine guilt, because it's been sunny lately, and should I be feeling guilty about it? Like, what is this?
I don't know if this is just I experienced it and other people do, because I saw this other girl talking about it and I was like, this is actually a thing. For me, like when it is sunny and beautiful outside, and I don't know if that's just because we live in Canada and it's like always cold. Yes. So when it is nice outside, I just feel so guilty not being outside, especially when you're hungover. Like let's say it's a Sunday. That's literally the
worst thing in the world.
Let's say it's a Sunday, you're really hungover and it's a beautiful day outside. Like I'm like, get me outside. I feel guilty being indoors. And I don't know if that's just me, but I'm like, get me outside.
No, it's definitely a real thing. Like on Sunday, it was sunning out when we got home, and I was like, I forced Matt to go outside, and I felt bad because he actually kind of felt worse. But I was like, we have to do a family walk with Stark. Like it's so nice out. We can't just sit on our couch and like put the freaking blanket over my eyes because it's so bright.
Yeah. Or like even today, it was like stunning outside, and I wanted to do a workout, but I was like, oh, instead of like going to my like basement, I want to just be outside. So I just went on another long walk. Yeah. Because I was like, when is it going to be this nice at like, I don't know, 1 p.m. It was stunning.
I can't wait for it to just be nice all the freaking time again soon.
Patio season.
It's going to be so rainy the next couple of days, and then it's going to be like nice.
I know.
We got to do a happy hour patio.
Happy
not
hour.
A $250 bill for 4 drinks patio.
No, only happy hour.
No.
Only happy hour.
None of that.
Also, people have been trying Lebna and sending us pictures.
Okay, who sent that photo?
Amelia.
Oh my gosh, fun.
So she sent the photo. Someone else, one of like my old coworkers that I used to work with, he's Lebanese, and he's like, hey, like stop telling people about our secret.
Oh shit,
like,
it's gonna be sold out soon. Just like the Kirkland
drip. Don't tell people about our Lebna, da da da. Like, so I was just dying. I was like, this is so funny. But anyways, if you haven't tried it, definitely go try it. It's
I have
really
to go
good.
get some. I'm going to go shopping tomorrow. It's
so
like my one night off, and I'm going to stock up on Lebna. I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
Okay, I saw this thing that like really freaked me out, but have you been seeing about like Bandaids lately?
No.
Okay, so I saw this come out on Instagram that basically bandages from some of the most like well-known brands, like Johnson & Johnson, for example, are including dangerous levels of like forever chemicals, which you know what a forever chemical is? It's these like PFAS chemicals that can easily enter the bloodstream.
Oh yes.
And they are called forever chemicals because once they're like in you, it's like super like it's there forever. It like doesn't come out, and it can damage your immune system, your liver, your kidneys,
your endocrine system. So a lot of like hormone stuff related to like pregnancy. And
these chemicals can be found in like a lot of things, like
so many things,
in like containers or like clothing. But like the crazy thing about this is that like you are putting this on an open wound, so that's gonna really fuck you up.
So what are we supposed to do?
Dude, I don't know. Everything
has chemicals. Like literally they just came out with this whole thing on Lunchables, like kids Lunchables. If you're listening to this and you're buying Lunchables, stop buying them, because they came out with this whole thing, toxic report showing that Lunchables had high levels of lead, cadmium, and sodium. Sodium, we already know that they're like horrible for kids, but lead.
Why is there lead
and
in
like
my
cadmium
Lunchable?
is like a metal.
Dude, I used to think I was the coolest kid in class when I got a pizza Lunchable.
Oh my God, I had the little charcuterie one, and I was like,
oh my God.
You know, like the one where it was like
cracker. Yeah, you'd put like a cracker, like 5 things of ham, 5 things of cheese, and then like another cracker, and you're like,
I feel like that's why I love charcuterie boards, because we had them.
That actually was a little charcuterie board, and then you get your little Kit Kat.
Oh my God, yes. And then also, my immigrant ass would get like the Lunchables that were like the tuna ones. Okay.
What one was that?
These were like from Costco back in the day. They were literally, it came with this little can of tuna that already had like mayo and like other stuff in it, and then some crackers, and you would make these little tuna bites, and they were really good. But like, who's
eating tuna in elementary school?
Who wants to smell like tuna? And my mom would always buy these things, and I'm like,
she's like, oh, so healthy and delicious.
I'm like, Mom, stop giving me the tuna ones and give me the other Lunchables. Like,
give me the charcuterie board with the processed cheese and the ham. Oh my God, that's actually really sad. Next time I see Lunchable in my classroom, I'm gonna be like,
that and like thermoses with like really like with like stews and like curries. Like my mom, we were just like, I was like, everyone's having like their sandwich, and I'm here like with my like rice and like curry. Like,
wow, yeah, that's why you have such a good palate now. I used to really like, and this was probably like so destined bad for you, but like not the meatball subs, but like the pizza subs that you could just like buy like pre-made pizza subs. My friend would always have a pizza sub, and like my parents would like make me like a good sandwich, but she would have this pizza sub, and I'd always want to trade with her.
I love trading lunches. I remember I'd always do that. I'd be like, trade with me.
Yeah, like what do you guys have?
What do you guys have over there?
I'll give you 3 of my Dunkaroos if you give me 3 feet of your fruit roll-ups.
Oh man, yeah. So don't buy Lunchables.
Don't buy Lunchables. Don't wear Bandaids. Go in the sun, you lazy piece of shit. Get your Lebna.
Just put some Lebna on your cut. I
literally,
bet you it will heal it.
Probably, or Windex, like in my big fat Greek wedding.
Windex on everything.
Yeah.
Windex on everything.
I'm pretty sure that's what Jason uses, like to like clean our fucking rings. There's some Windex in there.
It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Also, I don't know if this is like a millennial thing, but I saw this the other day, and it was like a meme saying like big purchases need to be made on a laptop. Like if you're out here booking flights on your phone, that is psychotic.
I know someone that bought a Tesla on their phone.
Stop.
Crazy.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I know. No, I totally agree though. For some reason I just feel like on my phone, like it's not real.
Legit.
Yeah, it's not real. It has to have this big screen. I have to like
what
be
if
able
it just
to do
like
incognito
crashes?
mode. Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, my Sephora purchase was done on my phone.
But that's like an app.
But I have an app.
It's different. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. But like a big purchase, like I'm not out here. Maybe like Amazon.
But like, I would just feel like it's just so hard to see everything. I'd be nervous. I would miss something. Yeah. No, I don't know if that's is that a millennial thing?
I feel like that's a millennial thing. I feel like Gen Zs are like, we don't even, it's kind of like the home phone. We got rid of the home phone. I feel like Gen Zs are going to be like, we don't even need a laptop. Everything, this is our laptop. And they're just going to like use this.
Yeah, home phones. I don't think anyone has one anymore.
I remember when we were negotiating our internet, they're like, would you like to add like a landline to that? And I'm like, I don't know why I just went country. Would you like to add landline to that? No, but seriously, I was like, are we out in the boonies? Like, who's adding landlines? Like,
I mean, it would be nice to have, like, if the like, remember the day, like the Rogers blackout or the fight or whatever it was, like, it would be beneficial to have that, but
like once every 2 years, 5 years.
We don't need that. No, it's so funny. So literally, the people from Rogers were like doing like door to door, like coming up and just being like, hey, like who's your provider? Like Rogers is like gonna be having like this like good sale, like da. And it was on like Thursday. Matt had left for his bachelor party, and someone came to the door, and they were trying to ask me all these questions, like, okay, like what's like how many gigs this?
You're like my parents are home.
I was like, I don't know. They're like, okay, well, like how much do you pay a month for like your internet right now? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, more than 100. I'm like, I don't know. They're like, I literally,
like, is your mom and dad home?
Like, I actually don't know. It's like, okay, when is the person gonna be home that knows? I'm like, not till like,
I don't know.
I was really just like, not till like Sunday or Monday, like they're gone. And then in my head, I got nervous. I was like, why did I tell this random stranger that I'm home alone all weekend?
You're like, where's my hammer?
Yeah, I'm like, actually, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, we don't need internet. Bye. Like, close the door. And like, okay, we'll come back when they're here. I'm like, please don't come back.
I hate when people come to my house and they're asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know.
Why is anyone knocking on my door ever?
Oh, I hate it.
I should know who's coming to my house at all times. And if there's a knock on my door and I'm not expecting someone, sometimes I don't answer.
I'm like,
I just stay. Or like Stark starts barking and I'm like, yeah, like scare them away.
It's kind of giving the energy of like, why are you calling me without texting me first? Don't call me.
Yeah.
Don't call me.
Someone calls me, I'm just like,
I'm like, do you need something?
I'm like, why don't you give me give me the spark notes first? Like, what are we going to talk about? I need to prepare. Like,
I'm not just answering the phone.
No.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Okay. And should we just quickly talk about JoJo Siwa?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay. One, I don't get all the hate that she's getting on Call Her Daddy. I had to like dive deep into it and figure out like what this is all about. But then two, I listened to it for about 20 minutes while I was doing my 12:30 this morning. And she's so annoying.
I got bored.
She's so annoying.
Okay, if you're like, what are you guys talking about? So JoJo Siwa is like she was a celebrity.
So she was on Dancing Mom, Dance Moms or something when she was little. Then she had like her own YouTube channel, and she actually had like millions of subscribers. Like I think she was there like part of the YouTube like boom. Like
she was like the child equivalent of like Mr. Beast. Like I would say, like she's tons of followers.
I haven't watched any of her videos.
No.
But yeah, so she's only 20 years old now. I feel like she's lived a full lifetime, and she's on Call Her Daddy this week, and the comments are people hate her. People are
also,
not
she
down.
showed up in this like ridiculous outfit, and I'm like, this is not helping your case.
No, it was kind of making me nauseous because I'm on the treadmill and I'm watching it, and all these gemstones. If you didn't see it yet, she's wearing a black baseball cap, and her mom put like rhinestones like all along, but they dangle in front of her face, so they're just always moving around, and I'm like, I can't watch this.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't get all the hate either. I don't know much about her, to be honest. I just like, she's always kind of around, and I'm like, what is going on?
I remember like 5 years ago, just like my kindergartners were like talking about her, and like they loved JoJo Siwa when they were like 5 years old, and I'm like, who are you talking about? And I guess that back then she would have been like 15.
Yeah, I don't know.
Child
actors again. I'm like, even if this is like child fame, it's just weird. Even Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio.
Where are they now?
Something happened.
Who's the other girl?
Who's the other one?
The one that's friends with Courtney or Chloe.
Addison Rae?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Where are they?
But also Charlie, I don't know if you've like seen them, but they were living together, and now apparently they're not living together. Dixie has like this black eye. No one knows where she got it. It's a whole thing. I'm like, these girls are going under. Like it's sad to see when children become famous really rapidly, and then they're kind of thrown into this life. Their parents don't know how to navigate it because they're not from this world, and they're like and then boom, something bad happens,
or also like everyone's attention span is so small, so they're in the limelight and it's like all of this attention and everything, but then just like that it's on to the next thing, and then you're just like, wait, what? Like now I'm irrelevant, and like to have to like transition to that, like usually a lot of people can go through a really long career before they have to like experience that, but I feel like the more and more like our attention spans get smaller and smaller, like we're just like eating people up and spitting them out so quickly. We're like, on to the next, on to the next.
Yeah. Oh my God, crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, go watch that documentary Quiet on Set if you haven't already, and the prequel for Hunger Games. Anything else?
Nope. Yeah. That's all she wrote. Y'all. So go watch our TikToks and laugh because we're fucking funny.
And let us know what you think our taglines should be.
Oh my gosh. Or what yours is.
Or
if you want one of us to think of one for you, tell us and we'll make one for you.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.